corresponds to some need, yep.
Every new specialization has as a result an increase and improvement in production.
Okay, alright, so some new needs. We've got to have new needs. Have got to emerge for this division of labour. Now what are these new needs? What are these new needs? What are the new needs? What are the new needs? Where do they come from? Any idea, Julia? No. Anybody? Yes? Where were you? Lost? I really got you all confused now. You can't sit together. It kills me. Alright, Anders.
From the specialization itself.
Well, alright, from the specialization itself? Well, what do you mean by that?
That the specialization creates more needs.
Why does it create more needs? Sonny.
I'm not sure if I answered your question exactly, but Marx said that of the four premises of human history, if humans have needs, and as they fulfill those needs, they create more needs.
Yeah, that's right, but we want to know exactly where these new needs come from. You're very good thinking about Marx, that's terrific. Premise number 2, one need leads to another need. Very similar to what Durkheim's saying, but, or perhaps not so totally similar, but similar. Where do these new needs come from? He says it! Ah! Yes, Annie?
It's also the competition, because he says that it's hard to put out there.
Is it new conditions?
New conditions, but what are those conditions? What happens when you struggle, Jessica? What happens to you? When you struggle, you get tired. Yes, that's right. You get tired, fatigue. That's what he says, Ariana, right? 214. 214, he says, in the second new paragraph, or third, the one that begins, they are an effect. They are an effect. He says, of the same cause that determines the progress of the division of labour. Indeed, we have just seen that progress is due to the greater fierceness of the struggle. Now, a more violent struggle does not occur without a greater deployment of forces, and consequently not without greater fatigue. Yet in order for life to continue, the reward must always be proportionate to the effort. This is why the nourishment that until then was sufficient to restore the organic equilibrium is henceforth insufficient. He is saying very simply that struggle leads people to be more tired, so they need to eat more, they need more resources. The more they expend effort, the more reward they will need. The reward will come from the extra output that results from the division of labour. Okay, Anders. Sorry?
Can you repeat that?
Repeat that. Basically, struggle is tiring, therefore you need more resources, and the resources are provided by the division of labour. It's very simple. Okay? Yes, Anders.
I think I understand. It also seems that he says there's a psychological component as well. You just want more and more.
No, where did he say that? 2:15.
He just said, he doesn't say we need more and more, I think it's more of we have different mental needs.
We want some kind of progress or be more advanced.
Where are you?
The first paragraph.
This new paragraph?
No.
Oh. It is like now I'm always fat.
For the same reason.
For the same reason? Oh yeah, for the same reason, more complex stimuli are necessary to give pleasure to the brain organ once it has become refined, and more are needed because at the same time it has developed. Because at the same time, finally, more than all other needs, specifically intellectual needs, increase. I'd have to read this more carefully. Thus the activity of the brain develops at the same time. To the same extent. Oh, he's talking about thus the activity of the brain develops at the same time. What do you want to tell me, Anders?
I don't know. I just thought it was relevant. I wanted to make sure.
Ah, you just thought it was relevant. I don't know if it's relevant. I'll suspend judgment. Yes, Laura?
Well, what it is saying is on page 216.
16.
Paragraph.
Yep. Which paragraph?
The first paragraph. It says, this is how we might conceive such an effort to come about. The attraction of novelty would already be enough to induce man to taste his pleasures. He is even more naturally inclined to do so because the greater richness and complexity of these stimuli make it seem to be a more mediocre quality, those with which he has convinced himself.
Yeah.
And then later on it says needs of dormant are awakened, become precise, acquire an awareness of themselves, and needs to be organized.
Yeah, that's right. I think you're right. There is a sense in which somehow there are these dormant needs that come awakened, but they come awakened because of, I think, the struggle. That's awakened these new needs. But yeah, it's not clear. Okay, very good. It's imprecise, like the collective consciousness, yes. But therefore what is very important is that there have to be new needs in order for there to be a division of labour. And first and foremost, they do come from the struggle. But these new needs are actually already there also is a sense perhaps, alright, let's put a few more arrows in here. But perhaps the new needs come from other sources. Is any GSI going to help me out here? Is this? God, what do they get paid for? Okay, yes, right. I think there may be, Anders, you may be right, that there may be some other spontaneous development of new needs, almost like Marx in the second premise of all history. Okay, very good. But there is still 217, this is, alright, 216. There is still one other condition, Alex, right? What is the last condition for this struggle to lead to the division of labour? And not to emigration, colonization, genocide and suicide?
It has to be problems between people.
There has to be what? Yes. Bonds between people. Not bombs, bonds, right? Bonds. Yes, on page 21. What was that? I missed everything. What did he say? What did I miss? I'm glad that I'm not the only person who's deaf. What did I miss, Kristen? You always get everything.
Drug reference?
A drug reference. Oh, I wouldn't understand it. Okay. Okay, very good. All right. 217. Perhaps you should educate me, actually. What was the drug reference? Bombs. Bombs are a reference to what? Bombs. Oh, bong. Okay. Okay, I'm all for being educated. Perhaps we'll have a bong moment in this class, but not just yet. We haven't got done through Durkheim. Okay, 217. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 lines from the bottom. Will that do it for you, Alex? 11 lines from the bottom on 217. Well, I'm going 217. I'll get to 218 in a minute. 217, everybody there? Sienna, are you there? The individuals.
Okay, yeah.
Speak up, let's hear you.
The individuals between whom the conscience is joined
must
already be
solidly
linked to one another
and feel so.
That is, they belong to the same society.
So one condition for this division of labor for struggle to lead to division of labor rather than these things is for people to be bonded together. And on page 218, where are we going to go? On 218, that's right, that was the original reference. On 218, it's about the middle of the page, 2 words in from the left. The division of labor, is that right, Alex? Sienna, are you there? Division of labor is about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, about 18 lines down on the page.
The division of labor can therefore only occur within the framework of an already existing society.
Division of labor can only occur within the framework of an already existing society, already existing collective consciousness, yep?
By this we do not necessarily mean that individuals must cling material to one another, but moral ties must also...
Moral ties must bind them together. There must be a collective consciousness binding them together. Yep. Right. Firstly, material continuity alone gives rise to links of this kind, provided that it is lasting. Blah, blah, blah. And then he says, moreover, they are directly necessary, those links. Yes, if the relationships beginning to be established during a period of uncertainty were not subject to any rule, if no power moderated the clash of individual interests, chaos would ensure as a result of this competition would ensue, from which no new order could emerge. It is true that we imagine that everything occurs by means of private agreements freely agreed over. But he's saying all social action therefore seems to be absent. But we forget that contracts are only possible where a legal form of regulation and consequently a society already exists. He's saying that this struggle will lead to division of labor if and only if there is a sufficiently strong collective consciousness and if there is some sort of regulation of the competition, of the conflict. That's 217, 218. So basically what is a very simple story. We start with mechanical solidarity, segmental society, there's increased moral density found in urbanization, economic exchange, and increased communication. The moral density increase leads to struggle. The struggle will lead to division of labor if and only if there are new needs. Well, they come straight from the struggle. That's not a problem. If and only if there is a consciousness, if there is sufficient binding of individuals together so that if there's not the binding, then what happens? Well, the struggle leads to emigration, colonization, genocide, or suicide. Neil.
So this is how he's saying that Adam Smith is wrong by saying that individuals come first because there doesn't exist any relation.
Well, Adam Smith is wrong in a sense for Durkheim because individuals emerge from society. They are constructed by society. This is the profound sociological insight. This is all, how does this compare with Marx's theory of history? What would you say? You remember Socialism, Utopian Scientific? You remember that beautiful story? You remember Wage, Labour and Capital? Do you remember the Communist Manifesto? Do you remember anything? Yes, you do. How does this compare? Just general sweeping statement. What would you say, Jane?
Division of labor comes before all that struggle. In the scheme that you're intensifying work overlapping.
Yeah. There's all that. That's right. Hold on. Yeah, that's absolutely right. But I'm just saying, just how does your general? Don't get. This is one moment. Just get general. What do you think of this theory as a theory? What do you think of this theory as compared with Marx and Engels' theory of history and the theory of of capitalism dynamics? What do you think? This is without any. This is a theory of history without any history. Very good. There's nothing here. There's no history, no periods, no times. It's all very general, vague and abstract. The one crucial point that he's trying to make is that individuals are the product of society. We think that we take for granted individuals. They have always existed. They always will exist. We take it for granted, but the sociological insight is that individuals are the product of society. Now the product, the way we are in society is a product of the society in which we live. First society, then individuals. That is a sociological insight. That Norwegian individuals are different from American individuals because Norwegian society is different from the United States. Because they're becoming more and more similar as we get more and more students from Norway who will absorb the collective consciousness of the United States and bring it back to Norway. Yes. Heaven help Norway. Yes, right. So anyway, this is his theory, and you see the parallels with Marx, as Jane was saying. There is, of course, the importance of struggle. The importance of struggle here. The importance of struggle. And we have, mechanical solidarity and ultimately organic solidarity. 2 periods of history. Marx had a series of what? A series of modes of production. Divisions of labor. Yes. Here it's no division of labor. Yes, division of labor. Marx is a series of divisions of labor. Yes, Alex.
But bond is how you pronounce the bond?
Bond.
What's the bond that binds people together? Is that flower?
Sorry?
The bond between
Yes. Now, where does it come from? Where does the bong come from? That's a good question. It's a very good question. No, it's actually quite a serious question. It's not clear. There's a presumption that it continues from the past somehow. That somehow it continues. But Durkheim doesn't tell us where it comes from. Immaculate Conception. Yes. Okay, very good. So anyway, this is Durkheim's theory of history. This is, Nicole, this was your question. This is the answer. This is how and the center of it is this, moral density leading to struggle. That's the center of it. But it is a very general theory. Basically, societies tend to become more dense, there's more struggle, and, it's like all these origin stories. They're not totally convincing. But his major point he wants to make here is that the division of labor the world did not begin with the division of labor. The division of labor is the product of society. Yes, Matthew?
I just wanted to clarify on the point of Marx. You said that the division of labor existed all along, but maybe you can say that it's still all in the very clear, even if it existed before, it's still very, Marx might say primitive, and then it becomes deeper and deeper as you advance forward.
Yeah, no, in this case, this is how the division of labor oops, that's badness, stroke. Oops. Yes, this is Smith, and this is in a sense mechanical solidarity, organic solidarity, increased division of labor. That's Durkheim, that's Smith, and Marx is in some ways not too different, remember? So it's also a bit linear. The question is, this is communism and this is organic solidarity. The question that we have to deal with, what is the relationship between communism and organic? How are they different? How are they similar? Communism and organic solidarity. We will address that question in great detail. Yes. But yes, that's right. Okay. Look. Very good. That is the theory of the development of the division of labor. So we have these 3 pictures. This is the simple picture. This is the collective consciousness picture. And this is the analysis of how the division of labor emerges, the mechanisms. Now we start the fun. We're now going to move on, like it or not, to Book 3. Book 3. Book 3 is called The Abnormal Forms of the Division of Labor. And here too we're going to see another account of social change. We got a very simple model here. We're going to have a much more interesting model, I think, in Book 3. Now, look, here is Durkheim. He's writing, 1894. And he's saying the division of labor, it's going to lead to solidarity. Division of labor is so wonderful. And yet all around him he sees conflict and struggle. And the division of labor is developing, but yes, there's conflict and struggle seems to be there. And so what does he say? What does he say? He says the division of labor is therefore a diseased form, is abnormal, is pathological. The division of labor that he is seeing is not the normal division of labor, but an abnormal division of labor. That is how he's going to argue. It's an exceptional form. He says on page 291, which is the orienting paragraph for the entire Book 3. And I'm going to read it to you, line 4. Line 4. He says, if normally the division of labor produces social solidarity, it can happen, however, that it has entirely different or even opposite results. It is important that we should investigate what makes it deviate in this way from its natural course. For so long as it has been established that these cases are exceptional, that is to say, when it leads to conflict is an exceptional case, the division of labor might be suspected of logically implying them. So unless we can demonstrate that these are exceptional cases, one might argue that the division of labor implies conflict. Now, who would say that? Marx says division of labor, conflict. Division of labor, class struggle. Yeah. So Durkheim is saying division of labor, when it comes truly such, will lead to solidarity. Very different idea. He says the division of labor, moreover, the study of the deviant forms, the abnormal forms of the division of labor do give rise to conflict, will allow us to determine better the conditions for the existence of the normal state. Study the abnormal forms and we'll get a better sense of what is necessary for the normal forms. When we know the circumstances in which the division of labor ceases to engender solidarity, we shall know better what is necessary for it to have its full effect, namely solidarity.